when you edit this, put a little clip at the beginning saying this is going to be full of spoilers.
Okay. Yeah.
So, welcome back to Modern Horror Stories podcast. And today we should be reviewing the 2012 French-Canadian production, The Tall Man, directed by Pascal Laugier. Laugier. However, something has happened in our communication, which meant that Alex watched the 6-minute short film directed by Aaron Fradkin. So we're going to review that instead. Who would like to go first?
I watched it first, so I'll go first, I suppose. So Tall Man, it's a 6-minute film on YouTube, and it is about a woman in her flat. It is completely without dialogue. It was an interesting little one, but I'm curious to know what you guys think.
Well, I watched it literally a moment ago because I was prepared to watch the feature-length film, and I really enjoyed it. It was a nice little 6-minute distraction. I thought it had some nice little jump scares. I liked the imagery, and I even had time to watch the making of, which is equally enjoyable. I'm hoping that Aaron Fradkin has gone on to do some features in the last 4 years. Maybe we'll reach out to him.
Yeah, it's interesting to notice that this video's got 2.5 million views, and you can actually watch the feature length The Tall Man from 2012 by Pascal Laugier. You can watch that on YouTube for free legally, and that's only got 48,000 views. So that's interesting in itself. And so well done to the filmmakers of the short, The Tall Man. There's also, just to save on confusion, there's also a documentary from 2011 called The Tall Man. And there's also another movie called The Tall Guy. There's lots of films with this similar sort of title. But I believe both the feature and the short, even though they're very different, they both share a root somewhere with Eric Knudsen's Slender Man fable that came out in 2009 and has sort of swept over the internet and has had several films made about it. And this, the short, I really enjoyed. I think we spent a little bit too long looking at, there's some writing at the beginning scrawled on the wall. I think we spent a little bit too long looking at that, but the rest of the film I really enjoyed. I like the pacing of it.
And I've got to say, it was the writing actually that was the one thing that I didn't like. Is I thought there could have been. It didn't bother me that there was writing on the wall, and then spoiler alert, the writing disappears. That didn't bother me at all. It was more the fact that the writing on the wall wasn't actually accurate, which I know is a weird comment to make. But he comes writing on the wall said he comes out at night and he hides in the day. But he was out in the day. It's not a huge thing. It's a 6-minute short. It didn't bother me too much. Bothered me enough to say it now, I suppose. But
I think I rewatched it, and I think they were trying to make it look like night because there's a lamp on in one of the scenes, and in one of the shots it's dark outside the window, but in other shots it's quite light outside the window. So the lighting seems to vary from shot to shot, from lighter to darker. I think they were trying for night. This feels very unkind to say. I think they were trying for night, but
I think so. I just assumed that there was a lamp outside their house, which cast in light, perhaps.
You're much nicer than me. Notice this. But I think one of the things I like about this film is that we have to refer to it as the short tall man.
Yes.
Which is odd. Is a short tall man different to a tall? Is the tallest short man taller than the shortest tall man? I don't know. We start getting into philosophical questions here.
I think it's hard to tell with only two characters in this film, but I think the tall man in this film was taller than the tall man in the feature-length Tall Man. So the short tall man is taller than the other tall man.
When they do a sequel to the Tall Man, is that going to be called the Taller Man? and then the third one's The Tallest Man.
Wow.
I
You
think
just
there's a pun-based franchise going on here.
yes, yes. And as three reviewers, we're quite short men. Well, two of the three of us. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but two of the three of us, I think, shorter than average, and one of us is taller than average.
Put in the comments below who you think is taller and who you think is shorter.
And also, another interesting fact about us is between the three of us, on average, we have one head of hair.
Do we not have 2/3 of a head of hair on average?
So,
Think about that at home and let us know in the comments.
And put your comments below on what the average amount of hair you think we have to share.
So something else I liked about the film, I really liked there's some spooky work that goes on with the shoes. I'm trying not to give too much away, but I think that was really nicely done. I'm guessing it's a fairly simple effect to achieve, but it was very effective. I felt like there was this ominous presence there, and it disappeared and then reappeared, and the ending of the film is fantastic. And I don't want to say what happens, but I think they did incredibly well on special effects or makeup. I'm not sure how they did what they did, but they did it very well.
A lot of it is explained in the making of The Tall Man.
okay,
Yes.
I'm going to go and I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fascinating. I'm a fan of this guy now, and all I've seen is these two shorts. And I've only seen them, the only reason I've seen those shorts is because Alex watched the wrong movie. So that's
Happy accident.
happy accident. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Something else I really like about the film, this film, The Short Tall Man, is that the way the protagonist reacts when she reads the writing, like she's not freaked out, she's not scared, she's just like, what the fuck is this? And carries on with her day. I thought that was really nice. Like there's some like concern and then just like a what? Like it's just so bamboozling that it just doesn't make any sense.
They really use the hint of horror well, because there's a few moments which are like in the distance in the frame, and they're used so well. I mean, I'm used to, because most jump scares are like right in your face, but there's just these little things going on in the background that really creep you out. If I was to give this, we're not going to give this a film a rating out of 10 because it's only a short film, but I would give this, on my short film scale, I'd give this 9 out of 10 for a short film, I think.
So when you said we were going to rate it out of 10, what in fact you meant was you were going to rate it out of 10.
But I'm not rating it out of 10 on my feature film scale.
Okay, cool.
This is my short film scale.
Oh, well, it's a completely different thing, obviously.
And on my short film scale, I would rate this out 9 out of 10.
I'm looking forward to finding out all the different scales you have.
I mean, essentially, if you end up having a different scale for every single thing, the scales become meaningless.
I've got a scale of scales.
Yeah, oh, brilliant. Very clever.
Yes. On that note, I mean, for this kind of like Modern Horror Stories podcast special, we will wrap up. Join us next time for the review of The Long Tall Man.